Hi, my name is Grace Zula, and this week for my informative speech, I'll be talking about the history of Coca-Cola. It's hard to imagine a world without Coca-Cola, the most popular soft drink in the world. According to Limonson at the MIT program, pharmacist John Stith Pemberton created the original formula in 1885. Born in 1831 in Knoxville, Georgia, Pemberton earned his medical degree by the age of 19 and started practicing medicine and surgery in a small town in Columbus, Georgia. During the Civil War, Pemberton moved on to fight for the South, and then after that he moved back to Atlanta where he would become a pharmacist. While as a pharmacist, he created Pemberton's French wine cola, which is a drink made of wine and cocoa extract. After the prohibition and alcohol was no more, he decided to make the same drink but just with cocoa. That year, Pemberton started mixing versions of the syrup together in brass kettles in a backyard that would later become Coca-Cola. It contained extracts of cocaine, cola nuts, a rich source of caffeine, and sugar for sweetening instead of wine. Pemberton took the concoction to Jacob's Pharmacy, which is pictured above here, nearby for tasting later that year. There it was mixed with carbonated water, and the flavored syrup was sold as Coca-Cola. It started off being a brain tonic, which was a temperance drink for those who were kind of wrong in the head at the time. So after that, Pemberton partnered with his bookkeeper, Frank M. Robertson, and who he's credited with making the beverage Coca-Cola's name and designing the trademark and the distinct script. So as you can see pictured below, here's kind of an advertisement of what Coca-Cola was sold for back in the day, and this is an example of the kettle that he would have made the concoction in. So after the prohibition and everything was done, Pemberton went back to making his French wine cola and kind of had nothing to do with Coca-Cola. So he decided to sell off part of his business to Asa G. Chandler. Pictured below here is Asa G. Chandler, and up above is John Stith Pemberton. So under Mr. Chandler's leadership, the distribution of Coca-Cola expanded to soda fountains beyond Atlanta, and the flavored syrup was changed. There was no more cocaine in it. And Joseph Vitamin installed the bottling machinery in the rear Mississippi soda fountain, becoming the first to put Coca-Cola in bottles. So the bottling evolution came around after the time of Mr. Chandler's death and Mr. Vitamin's death, and imitations of the beverage by competitors became a thing, and there was a lack of packaging consistency among the 1,000 bottling plants at the time. The bottlers agreed that a distinctive beverage needed a standard and distinctive bottle. So at the time, the marketing directors were really involved with making Coca-Cola's bottle really distinct. So this is the quote they came up with. It's a bottle so distinct that it could be recognized by touch in the dark or lying broken on the ground. And I think this is really important, and it gives Coca-Cola that little uniqueness that it always has had. So also with the evolution of the Coke bottle, they wanted to keep up with the uniqueness of the bottle Coca-Cola had trademarked, but they also really wanted to keep up with the time. Bottles changed with what was convenient and trendy for the time period. So as you can see pictured below, here are some evolutions of the bottle. This is the newest model that they've created, and as you can see, they've kind of kept it in the same shape, but they also want to stay relevant to the time period and what people are going to keep buying. And this is also kind of the branding that they've decided to go with now in modern times since like the 90s. So trends come and go, but Coca-Cola is forever. As you can see pictured below, here are some of the marketing schemes that Coca-Cola has come up with in order to keep them relevant in today's time and really market to the new generations. So the first big marketing scheme they came up with is Coke is it. This really showed that this was the only soft drink that you would want to buy, and whenever you'd go through the store, they'd see the signs, they'd be like, oh yeah, Coke is it. Up next is You Can't Beat the Feeling Classic Coca-Cola. This was developed in the late 80s, and it kind of just went along with the feeling of that time and what everyone was really craving. Up next was Catch the Wave with Coca-Cola. I believe that this is really brilliant because Coca-Cola is such a nice, cool, refreshing soda drink that you would want. And with the waves and the way it's marketed, it kind of makes you crave that. Also, we have Always Cool Coca-Cola with the trademark Coca-Cola polar bear. I'm sure you've seen in several commercials that the polar bear is always there, and this kind of has become a trademark and slogan for them to use throughout the years. So, in 2009, Coca-Cola created Open Happiness. This was really important for them to make because not only is it a soda drink that you're just getting from the store, but it creates lasting memories and happiness that goes along with the brand. So Coca-Cola is really centered around memories, like I just mentioned, and happiness, and that can mean anything to anyone. So whenever you're going through the store, they don't want you just to think about that one time that you were just going to the store buying a Coca-Cola. They want you to think about that one time that you were at the beach having a Coca-Cola, or whenever you're with your family having a Coca-Cola. It's mostly there to bring back memories and really make you believe that this is the brand that you're going to want to buy forever. So just a little overview. The creation of Coca-Cola was created in a pharmacy, and it was almost by accident because he was trying to make a distinctive from the French wine that he had already made. The bottling history, the distinct bottle has changed so many through the years, and the campaign, Everlasting Happiness. Also pictured above is some of the new variations of Coca-Cola that they've made. So not only do they have the original Coca-Cola, but they have Diet Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola Zero, and Coca-Cola Life. This kind of shows how a variety that Coca-Cola has and how important it is to obtain to everyone at the time. Up next is Yeah Yeah La 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 Coca-Cola. So whether it's Catch the Wave or Open Happiness, nothing can compare to the joy and memories that Coca-Cola has brought to the world. And below are some of my sources that I've used. Thank you for your time.